Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Dude, and some of you might be wondering, why have I not been uploading? What's been going on the past couple weeks? Well, if you can't already tell, I have new bookcases, but not just bookcases, I just moved everything over to a new house. Doesn't mean I don't live in my same home anymore, it's just I have the opportunity to move a lot of my stuff to a bigger area and make myself my own little horror cave. But this isn't why most of you guys are here. Most of you guys are here to know what kind of horror movies you should be watching during the Thanksgiving season. Now, to be honest, there's not that many, but I've chosen 5 of them that you guys should probably take a chance to check out this Thanksgiving holiday. Now, this list is in no particular order. I just wanted to give you 5 horror movies to check out this Thanksgiving season because, you know, it's kind of hard to find really good horror movies that are based around the holiday. And let's just get right to it. Now, the first one I want to talk about today is Alien Abduction Incident in Lake County. Now, this is a found footage film that aired on UPN for one night, and it's actually a remake on the found footage film called The McPherson Tapes that was back in 1989. Now, this movie really isn't, I could not find a DVD release for this, a Blu-ray for this, so I'll leave a link down in the description on where I watched the movie, or, you know, you can just go on Google and type in the Alien Abduction Incident of Lake County full movie. But this is a found footage movie that came out in 1998. It actually predates the Blair Witch Project. Anyway, the movie's about a family that comes together on Thanksgiving Day, and some shenanigans go down where they discover these aliens out in a cornfield. The aliens mistake this guy's camera for almost a weapon, and shenanigans ensues. The family's starting to fight the aliens. The aliens are trying to defend themselves. You don't really see who the aliens are, but the tension that this movie builds is great. These aliens actually legitimately screw with the family. Like, they're thinking that people are playing music when nobody's playing music. They're making people see things that aren't there. But in our camera's viewpoint, you can see that they're just kind of losing their minds.
You play so well, honey.
Where did she learn that?
What are you doing?
Whoa. Whoa, what's up with you guys?
I'm
Huh?
sorry.
I thought she was you.
Yeah, right. No.
She felt like you.
Oh, God.
She...
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Don't you... We're being screwed with it. Don't you get it?
No.
Go check out Alien Abduction Incident in Lake County. Like I said, there's no DVD or Blu-ray release that I could find, but I did leave a link down below where you can watch the movie. It'll give you guys a chance to check it out. So Alien Abduction Incident in Lake County is the first one on my list. Now, the next movie on my list is Feed from 2005. This is another low-budget film, but it is really, really, really well done. Now, I do have to say this movie is freaking disgusting. So if you're planning on watching this, don't watch it before you have Thanksgiving dinner or close to after Thanksgiving dinner, because there are some pretty grotesque scenes in it. This movie is basically about an officer from Australia who finds these websites, these sick perverted websites, and tries to shut them down. There was a site, people were offering to eat other people, you know, cannibalism and stuff like that as a sexual fantasy, and he tries to shut that down. Well, this one, basically he finds a site of really large women who are force-fed, and it gets really gross. But what's really interesting about the movie is the villain. The villain, Michael Carter, I can't remember the guy who plays him. He's a really unknown actor from Australia. He does a phenomenal job playing the villain because, I mean, there's a real big moral dilemma within this movie. It's like, I'm not doing anything wrong to these women. These women are consenting to everything that I'm doing. It's definitely not a movie you want to watch if you're squeamish, but it's actually a really, really well done, low budget movie. Very well acted. I was so surprised. But then when you have the banter between the detective and this complete psychopath, that does kind of make sense. It's a real hard moral dilemma, and it's really interesting to watch. That's what really sucks you into the movie. So if you can get past all the gross stuff and kind of come together to watch this movie on fat women getting fed to death then definitely check out Feed from 2005. It's a very interesting movie to add to this list on Thanksgiving horror films. And some of you guys, if you have seen, may be wondering, well, that's not really a Thanksgiving movie. Well, the reason why I put it on this list is because Thanksgiving is all about gluttony, and this movie basically takes gluttony and turns that shit up to like 1,000 miles per hour. So, I mean, this is just a movie I decided to put on my list, a horror movie to check out during the Thanksgiving holiday. So, like I said, don't be watching it if you're going to be eating anytime soon. So, Feed from 2005 is number 2 on my list. The third film on my list is Blood Rage. Blood Rage is a pretty interesting 80s slasher fic from the 1980s. It's basically about these two brothers, Todd and Terry. Todd is in a mental institution for witnessing a murder that his brother, actually Terry, committed. Terry seems like a completely normal guy because a couple years pass later and he's all grown up, and Terry seems like the normal one out of the family, but Todd is still in the insane asylum and trying to convince everyone that his brother killed everybody. Basically, Todd escapes from the mental institution on Thanksgiving night, which triggers Terry to basically give free rein and kill almost everyone. I mean, I guess that's a pretty good alibi. If your psychotic brother escapes, you can just go ahead and murder everyone, and apparently people will think it's your brother. But it's actually a pretty interesting film. It's not great by any standards. I almost didn't want to put it on this list. I felt like for the slasher genre, this is the best Thanksgiving-themed slasher movie that I could come up with and I can find. So, Blood Rage is number 3 on my list. At number 4 on my list is a pretty recent horror film called Christie that came out in 2014. It's basically a home invasion film, but the home invasion takes place on a campus. It's really interesting, very well acted. It's basically about this girl named Justine who is stuck at her school, has no family over Thanksgiving break. She's all by herself. Her and like the custodian and the security guard. Basically, her roommate named Christie is a super rich girl. She was supposed to stay back with her, gave her her car keys to her BMW, and people mistake Justine for Christie and shit just pops off. I mean, it is a really, really well done movie. I don't want to spoil too much on this, but it's revealed that these people online go out and kill women named Christie. It's really confusing, to be honest with you. There's not really a big time closure, and this is probably definitely one of the better home invasion movies I've seen in a long time, probably since The Strangers. I mean, granted, I have not seen this movie being released in America anytime soon. It was only shown on the Lifetime network once in October of 2014. They did have a theatrical release overseas, but nothing really here in America, which is a shame because this is a really, really good film. Now on Amazon they do have a DVD and Blu-ray for sale, but it's not for this region. So if you have a region-free DVD player, I would totally recommend you watch it on that, or like I said, I'll leave a link below so you guys can check out the movie. It is a really, really, really good movie. Justine in the movie is a real badass. The other characters in it with the mask and shit are really, really fucking badass. So Christie takes my number 4 spot on my Thanksgiving horror movies to check out. So finally, my last pick for horror movies you should be checking out during the holiday season. If I haven't mentioned it yet, you probably already know what it is. It's the 2009 film ThanksKilling. Now, this is a fucking hilarious movie. Obviously, it's super cheap, way low budget. This was only made on a budget of $4,000. It's basically about this killer turkey. He comes alive every 5,000 years and decides to kill people and slash people. It's one of those movies, it is so bad it's good. The one-liners the turkey has are amazing.
Nice tits, bitch. I'm gonna drink your blood like cranberry sauce, meanie. You just got stuffed. Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
If you can get past and not take this movie too seriously, this is a great movie to watch during Thanksgiving time. I mean, seriously, how much expectations can you have watching a movie with a killer turkey in it. But honestly, you guys definitely should watch it. The turkey's got great one-liners. He's got an amazing personality. He reminds me of like Freddy Krueger a little bit with like the things he does. And there's so many funny scenes in this movie. Like there's a scene where the turkey and the sheriff of the town kind of meet each other, and they're both dressed up. The turkey's dressed up as a human and the sheriff is dressed up as a turkey.
Fucking weather.
You just say fucking?
Is that supposed to mean that midgets can't cuss?
I wasn't worried about the size of the fuck. I was worried about the age of the fuck.
510 years old.
Fuck it then, I guess you can say.
I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty damn awkward, Sheriff.
It's fucking hilarious, man. And the acting is so bad that it's actually really good. Definitely check out ThanksKilling 1. It's probably the best Thanksgiving horror film on the list. I mean, depending on who you talk to, but it is fucking hilarious. Everybody should at least watch that during the Thanksgiving holiday. Now, I do want to give a little bit of an honorable mention to Ravenous, starring Guy Pearce and Robert Carlyle. That is a great movie you guys should check out if you're into cannibal movies. It's not really big on the theme of Thanksgiving, but like I said, it's about coming together and eating people. And isn't that what Thanksgiving is just all about? So yeah, those are 5 horror movies that you should check out during the Thanksgiving holiday. I'm gonna get back to my regular upload schedule, and if you guys know me, I don't like to do a lot of vlogs like this, but I did want to give you guys some movies to check out during the Thanksgiving holiday. Now, if I missed any horror movies that even remotely reminds you of Thanksgiving or something along those lines, please leave a comment of your own list down below. A lot of Thanksgiving horror movies are pretty obscure things, so you should pass them around, let other people know. I think the community would really appreciate it, and I know I would too. So guys, I'm the Horror Dude. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and take care, Horror Nation.